Can you score on Houston's zone defense? So in game 5 of the Golden State series, in the non-Steph Curry minutes, Houston went to a 2-3 zone with Steven Adams in the middle, Jabari Smith, and Sengun. So they went to their big lineup, and they've had a lot of success in this series with the big lineup. And with that lineup defensively, this zone has created a lot of issues for Golden State's offense. And in game 6, you'll see they go to the zone with Steph Curry in the game, which creates a whole nother problem. But in game 5, they want to keep Steven Adams right here in the middle, and then they'll start 2 guards up top, and then Jabari Smith on one wing and Sengun in the other wing. And you can see they communicate very well, and they're giving up shots to certain players that they want to shoot those type of shots, and that's part of the zone defense and why it's been very successful. And you can see right here, Steven Adams is touching Draymond Green so he can stay right here in the paint, 1 foot in the paint, 1 foot out of the paint because of the defense at 3 seconds. Now you can also see communicating right here. Watch the pointing. So he's pointing right there. Now Jabari Smith is going to drop back with Thompson taking the ball right here. Now on this ball screen, Adams is going to step up. Now he's stabbing at the ball handler. Watch this again. Stabbing at the ball handler. He's going to drop back right there. And on that cut, you can see Jabari Smith is going to take Draymond Green on that roll. And then Adams is going to take Draymond. Jabari Smith is going to find the cutter right there. And with their size, they can protect the rim too. And they have great active hands with their active communication. Here's another possession of that zone in the second quarter of their win. Now, in game 6, they went to this zone 2 with Steph Curry in the game. And it becomes a matchup on Steph Curry in this zone. And you can see just in this example right here, when there's a ball screen, Steven Adams right here is going to step up to ensure Steph Curry can't turn the corner into a 3. And that's their active hands again. Now watch right here, Steph Curry. That's Sengun's responsibility right here if Steph Curry is in your zone. And you can see he's going to stay matched up with him on the perimeter. Then when there's a ball screen like this, they can trap Steph, which you see throughout game 6 right here, which creates even more issues because Golden State's turnovers. And Steph Curry had 5 turnovers in game 6. Now on this ball screen right here, watch Jabari Smith. Right here in that left wing, he's in the bottom of the zone, bottom wing part. He's just going to stunt, get back to Draymond, and they want Draymond to shoot that shot right now in this zone. Now, these are the non-Steph Curry minutes again. With the big lineup, you can see Steven Adams is just in the middle right here. So once they hit Draymond, they're matching up right here with Butler cutting, who's one of the best off-ball cutters in basketball. They have to identify him when he's cutting. So they're going to match up with him right there. Stay attached. Steven Adams right here, you can see he's staying in that low man position right there in the middle of the paint. He's got to get out right there. Then he can come help. Great verticality. He did a great job protecting the rim in game 6. Now they got Steph Curry back in the game in the third quarter. They're back in that zone. And Dillon Brooks got 4 fouls quickly in the third quarter, his 4th foul. So Steven Adams got subbed in. And with Steven Adams in the game and Sengun, they went to this zone again. And you can see right here, they're just matched up with Steph Curry. And Van Fleet's going to stay attached right here. Steven Adams does a great job protecting the rim again. He was great in this game, of course, offensive rebounding, but also defensively in protecting the rim. Now watch right here. You got Steph Curry setting a ball screen for Jimmy Butler. They're just going to hug him right there and stay attached. You can't let Steph Curry get free right here. They're just going to stay attached. It's very simple. If he's in your zone, they're going to stay attached. Watch opposite right here again. All our focus on right now is Steph Curry. Jalen Green's going to take him on this exchange right here. Now he has a responsibility to face guard Steph Curry. And it creates, once again, a very difficult shot. Now we have that same 2-3 zone. You can watch it again. So we got a ball screen right here. 2 defenders up top, even front. High wings. Steven Adams has a responsibility in the middle right here. They're going to switch that. Now watch right here. Steph Curry. They got to focus right here and stay attached. Watch Van Fleet again. Communication. Communication so key. Now they point switch right here to Steph Curry. Van Fleet's going to take Jimmy Butler, who cut to the middle. Steven Adams right here is going to close out. He has to run Quentin Post off the three-point line, which he does, and that's a shot they want. 2-3 zone again. And now you can see the high ball screen right here with Steph Curry. Adams is going to be at the level right here because you can't let Steph get free on that three. And they're flying around again. And even right here, watch. So we saw the Steph 3 off that ball screen on Adams. Now they get the offensive rebound. Now Steph Curry's, look at Adams right here. He's finding Steph Curry. Now that's his responsibility. Just watch right here. He's going to back cut. On this back cut, Sengun right here is going to peel off. Adams is going to go right here to Draymond, but more in this help position. Then you're going to have 2 defenders helping in right there to take away Steph Curry's ability to drive. Now you can see right here, they're going to try to trap him with this ball screen, but he's able to start to turn the corner. Now we have Jabari Smith right there helping over. And you can see Moody was shooting well in Game 6, so they're staying attached, strong side corner. Now they're giving this shot up. Now Steph gets the offensive rebound. Watch right here. You have to identify him with the ball. And they're staying with Steph Curry right here. There's 2 on the ball right here to force another contested tough 3. Now we have another possession of that 2-3 zone with the big lineup. So you have Jabari Smith, Steven Adams, Sengun right here. This was an important part of the fourth quarter when Houston made their run to close out Game 6 and force a Game 7. Now I want you to watch Steven Adams right here guarding Steph Curry. So he's in the middle of that zone. He's going to stay attached right here. When Steph cuts up, they're going to switch right there. So Jalen Green has him. Now Jimmy Butler's going to screen. They're going to switch again, contact switch. Get the ball to Butler. Now watch Adams right here. He's communicating to Sengun to get over top. He has the low man responsibility to protect the rim. And another block shot right there from Steven Adams. Now we have the double drag action for Golden State. 2 ball screens, Draymond and Jimmy Butler. And they're putting 3 up here. They want to take away anything with Steph Curry. So we have 3 defenders right here, the 2 in the top of the zone. Then Thompson right here helping up so he can't turn the corner into that 3. They hit the short roll. And Draymond Green's one of the best ever in this short roll. You can see they're helping in right here. Great hands for Steven Adams. You can see this hand is low because he knows Gary Payton is going to cut right here. And another turnover. That was one of the keys to this game. Of course, we got offensive rebounding, but also the turnovers. Staying attached to Steph right there, once again, forcing a tough contested 3. They're trying the double drag skip action right here. Once he skips it, you can see right away Van Fleet locked in, fighting over top right there. Steven Adams at the level. You can see they're not letting Steph Curry get free. Right here, Sengun's going to switch out. Now we see that random double team again for Steph. Flying around right here. Watch this again. So we have the cut from Butler, who's a great off-ball cutter like we talked about already. Then we skip opposite right here. They're going to fly out, take away the spot up 3, force him to dribble right into a tough mid-range floater. Still in that zone late in the fourth quarter, and you can see they've extended the lead right here, Houston has. And another great job by Steven Adams contesting, force a kick out, forcing him off the three-point line. Another great contest. Just flying around and communicating and taking away Steph Curry's ability to get open from three. And that was one of the keys in Game 6 right here